and the victim's wife.
My friend Jeffrey Buford has sent me this article, and I have a short story I worked on about this article several years ago. Excuse me while I have turned down Voyager in the background here. And I'm going to go to my short story file now that contains the very file about this topic of the importance of touch to human beings. So we're going to go into our, or I should say my storage closet, but I have to remember where it is. These are all my books: Man in the Black Frock Coat, Dark Street, all the files for them. The Worry People, The Last Men of the World, Island People, Neighborhood, The Last Da Vinci, Beyond Cirrus, children's stories, articles, and essays. Now let me think. I would think, since this is, I think that story would be here. Here's all the titles. The Last Da Vinci books. These are all the short stories that go into the book. And here's Beyond Cirrus. Let me take a quick look and see if... No, I don't see it, but I do have a master file that I keep on each book. Snows of Olympus Mons. No, so that's not... That doesn't give me a clue if the story's in here or not. I would think... There it is. So the short story is called Touch. It's in the Beyond Cirrus book, which is a science fiction book. There's my short story, The Woman in the Earth. And now we come over here and we put down the file on the desk. Yes, I'm researching the laser printer since the old one's become unreliable. Look at that. Touch. 8.5-minute ride to orbit on the space shuttle. So here are a bunch of articles that I started to put together, and as you see, whenever I would run across an article, I would write the word touch, and I do S-, which means short story. So I know the title of the story, and that's interesting. Ben Bova's Escape is referenced in here. So on feelings, touch. You have feelings, so you keep from hurting others, and know what makes you feel good so you can make others feel good. So little notes on it back in 1996, and there's for touch, 1996. Let's go all the way back now. What's this one? Dear Sir, these words. So I gather information for it eventually works into a story. For a man needs only to be turned around once with his eyes shut in this world to be lost. Not till we are lost do we begin to find ourselves. Henry David Thoreau from Walden. So that's a philosophy that can be worked into the story. And there it is. There's the original short story, Touch, on 6/7/1990. Look at that. There's the original typed file. So there's the, oops, I'm shaking. So there's the proof. And Bly wrote it on Block Island, Rhode Island. That's interesting. First 2 weeks of June 1990. Block Island, Rhode Island, after reading Ray Bradbury's Dandelion Wine section about Tom fully discovering death and accepting it as a lonely business, thus proving once again the immense importance of reading. Oh. So that's a note I made at the end after writing this up. And so here's a second one. I thought about it a few days later on the 13th of, it's not January, February, March, April, May, June. And even timestamp things. So there's the original idea for the Touch short story. 1990, and here this article appears in 2017. Very interesting. That's how the mind of a writer works, and that's why I keep a thick file on every idea, every story. Every story becomes a file full of notes until I'm ready to bring the story forward. This is Jason J. Marchi signing off.